Let's talk about armor penetration in Horus Heresy 3.0. In 2.0 right now, it is all or nothing. If the AP number matches the number that the save of the unit you're shooting at is, or hitting in close combat, you ignore their save. So if you have AP 6, you can ignore 6 up armor. If you have AP 5, you get to ignore 5 up or 6 up armor. And so on. If you're AP 1, you ignore all the armor. If you're AP 2, you also ignore all the armor, but AP 1 gives you a bonus damage against the vehicles. So it's on or off. In 40k right now, and in the Old World, and I believe in Age of Sigmar, they have save modifiers instead. A lot of games use this. I actually do think it's a better system. I would like to see this in Heresy. But based on what I'm seeing on the release, it looks like it is staying the same. Which is fine. I wonder how it would affect Heresy in its current form. What AP value would be translated over into a save modifier? So, like, I guess what they did from, like, 7th edition to 8th edition 40k was, like, AP 5 and 6 was nothing. AP 4 became AP -1, which meant that you were -1 on your armor save. So if you had 3 up, you got hit by an AP -1 weapon, you are now on a 4 up save. Right? AP 3 became AP -2, AP 2 became AP -3, and AP 1 became AP -4. It's generally the best you can get. I guess there's some weapons might be AP -5, but I'm not sure because I'm not super familiar with 40k at this point. But I would like to see that. Now, the interesting thing is, we have seen a stat line from Games Workshop on the Bolt Pistol and the Saturnine Disruption Fist. So, we also have a damage stat added. But we know now AP is going to stay the same. But here's what I'm thinking. We have damage stat added. I wonder if they could add something like in Warhammer the Old World, there's a rule called Armor Bane. And when you get a certain roll, like a 6, it modifies the save of the enemy by the number in the brackets. You could end up with a rule like that in Horus Heresy, or maybe you even have a rule that is added which could be just flat out reducing the armor save of the target. So we haven't seen everything yet. We can't say too much too soon, but I am liking where some of the streamlining of the weapons is going. We have a initiative modifier now as well, which is interesting. I like the sound of that because instead of just normal initiative or unwieldy, where you're just forced to use initiative 1 for your weapon, and I know there was a couple other ones, Duelist's Edge, I think. But the idea of just rolling these sort of features straight into the stat line of the weapon, it's honestly smart. But I will say, adding a damage value to weapons made me a bit nervous at first, and I'm sure it made a lot of other people nervous because that's how 8th edition 40k started. They turned vehicles into monstrous creatures, and they made every weapon have a damage stat. I do think having a damage stat was necessary. It allows more flexibility in the long run, which is nice. Now, back to armor penetration. The thing about the current edition of Horus Heresy is that it's just all about AP2. AP2 is crazy. You need it. There's 2+ sergeants hidden in squads of guys with 3 up armor, and there's Terminators everywhere, and it's just all about the AP2. It is Space Marine on Space Marine action, so I guess what else would you expect? But being able to have this sort of stat line really allows more flexibility in different weapon types. Like, I'm thinking they're introducing the disintegrator weapons. Those can be good at killing elite infantry without being good at killing tanks. Maybe they can make las cannons good at killing tanks without being good at killing elite infantry. So we will see about this. I'm cautiously optimistic. It's looking pretty good. We still have blast templates in the game, so that's a good sign. But Will we still have armor value? That's going to be the big question, I think, on this one. So let me know what you think. Let's see. More to come. More to come.